Nintendo just dropped a new trailer showing us some new footage of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, in which we actually get to see a lot of juicy new stuff, including new characters and old characters. Well, actually, here's the theory. A lot of people think this is going to be a new character. We're gonna look at the trailer right now. We're going to go through exactly everything we see. It's only about 50 seconds long. There's not a lot of info to see in it, but it's definitely worth checking out because I do have a theory for what we see. Master Koga is the biggest feature of this trailer. Let's have a look. Okay, so here we go. Master Koga, the man himself. Young, by the way. 100 years ago, right? I didn't know he was that old.
Well, I don't mind.
I don't mind. The English voice acting. I don't know what he's doing there. He's still as quirky as he ever was, which is good. He was one of the best characters in it. And this is where we get a surprise reveal of a new or old character, question mark. So here's my theory. First of all, guys, in this trailer we can actually see particular scenes of what's going on in the actual story and the gameplay. So here we clearly have Link, we have his little Navi robot guardian, we have Zelda, and we have some random guards. There are some people behind him. As for who's behind him, doesn't really matter. I don't think they seem to be just disappeared as soon as the action starts kicking off. But what we are able to see here is these Yiga clan have invaded a town in which they're destroying. They're destroying this town right now. So we got behind them a giant walled off area, which could very well be the Colosseum area, a little bit off the plateau section. And down below in the Hyrule field, we have this town. I do not believe this is Castle Town, based off of this giant structure behind them. This isn't anywhere near the castle as far as I know. However, it does appear the Yiga clan are going to continue to be a nuisance in this game, destroying left, right and center, different places and towns and following you possibly. Now, and as for this part, guys, to be safe for work, I'm not going to mention what these guys are up to right now. However, on the left hand side we do get our first glimpse of this new or old character. Now I'm going to discuss who this possibly is at the end, okay guys? Just stay tuned for what my theory is, because a lot of people in the comments just think it's a new character. Well, let's just see about that. Anyway, Master Koga is getting it, and one of the big guys, the scary guys, which we saw gameplay of him being beaten too, is actually just standing there with a really cool looking sword. So that's it. We're in the dark room, very chic symbology too. By the way, she's doing some sort of sorcery or something over here. So they're tying in with the Sheikah and the Yiga. It does look like in the next part of the trailer we see him dancing along with his Yiga clan buddies in the same place we expected him to be. The same place where we kill him in actual Breath of the Wild. We dump him down. Well, we don't do anything, do we? He does this to himself. So the same place, the exit to their hideout right in the mountains in the desert. So this is where we get the clearer glimpse, the first clear glimpse of whoever this is, with Yiga people actually bowing down to her, okay? And she's wearing a hood, she's got kind of grey out white hands, she's got this mystical staff, and this symbol on her cape. So the symbol on the cape is Gerudo. Now we do know different characters related to Gerudo that delve in magic, such as Twin Rova. However, I really don't believe that this is Twin Rova in any sort of way, because it's one entity, it's one person. We have not seen any footage of a second person, and usually those two do come as a package, and they definitely look, or at least their image is very, very different to this. But when we get a look around, we also see her wearing gold necklace on the outside. Very witch stuff, guys, very mage, and this is important. Now, this symbol right here, which is clearly a headband with a thing on her, as like a third eye sort of business, and we can clearly make out that she's wearing makeup. The color of the makeup is actually shown to us right there. So here you can actually see the coloring of the makeup, which also may very well be important. We've got the red here and the black underneath it, the gray around it, okay? Having looked at this picture for a little while, guys, I do not see anything new or anything particularly special going on in the background in this trailer. There's a lot of drones. I mean, there's nothing else going on. Everything else is rather familiar for us right now. So let's get into my theory of who that person was we just saw. My theory for who that was is Yuga. You can see the resemblance, striking resemblance, guys. Looking at her in more detail, well, first of all, she's got the headband, okay, which gives her like the third eye up here. She's got red mascara at the top here with purple at the bottom, but the red is also very similar, guys, just fact. The eye shape is similar. We don't see her hair because it's covered by a hood, and she has a staff staff, very cool looking staff, although albeit definitely different. And her hands, guys, look at her hands. That's just the color of her hands. We saw that in my description of her too a second ago. Another one point that's just to add on there is the upside down symbology, because of course the game that she's from is Link Between Worlds, where everything is upside down or backwards or whatever, and this symbol is upside down. Now, let's look at the trailer again of her one more time. So one little thing, it has come to my attention that this Yuga person is actually male. However, that is not going to disturb anything that I've discussed so far in this video. The male-female thing, I always thought Yuga was a female. I always just thought it was a female. I always associated the whole witch style, especially in Zelda, to be like female thing. But there it is, Yuga is apparently male. However, it does not make a difference to the theory of this video. Just keep that in mind. In this part here, guys, we can see her here doing something. There's not really a big tell of what's going on with her, but we do see symbology of this place with upside down Sheikah symbols. Now, the regular Sheikah symbol is actually right-wise up, right? It's just like this, as we saw just in the trailer just a second ago. Hers is upside down, just like we saw on the dress, the Triforce with her thing upside down because she was from A Link Between Worlds. Now, we know the Yiga clan actually always have their symbol upside down. However, this might be a tie-in for A Link Between Worlds, okay? But it's wholly possible that there is some connection between her, because these guys are always bowing to her, alright? She's clearly some sort of leader for these people. So there may be some story connection here where she actually came out of the alternate world and actually started or led the Yiga clan in some sort of way, just creating a complete bombshell of lore for Breath of the Wild entirely. I never really looked at the Sheikah symbol being upside down on their mask more carefully than it just being upside down and these being the bad guys, but that could very well be a telling sign connected to this whole Link Between Worlds story now. Next up, guys, let's have another look at her features, okay? She has got the grayed out hands, just like we saw in the picture. She's got a new staff. She's got the red mascara right here, and she's got the third eye symbol thing up here. Yes, of course, they are slightly different to how we saw them in the previous picture. I think it's close enough. Now, of all the comparisons I could possibly make, this is the closest. But I'm curious to see where they go with this. What are they going to do with her? I'll be really fascinated to see if this is exactly right, if this is correct. This is just, of course, a theory based on what we can see, guys. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people have said it was just a new character in the comments. Looking at the comments, guys, not many people seem to realize or have put that together just yet. So Koga and a new character, these are all the ones getting all the likes too. And, you know, I don't know. I strongly disbelieve that that's actually a new character, guys. I don't think so. It might very well be the old one. So let's wait and see. I'm going to leave you with one more thought, guys. With this whole magic thing being integrated with possibly Yuga coming from Lower World to do all this. And by the way, like I said, he or she doesn't matter to everything I just said. The magic thing may have a big implication in the revival of Ganon. Because as you know, in Breath of the Wild 1, we're not really ever fighting Ganon or Ganondorf or anything that. We're fighting his puppets, in essence, what has come from his attempted revival here. What's going on here right now in this trailer may very well be something that started 100 years before. Right here in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, right when it all started, guys, might have been this mage that we just saw starting to revive Ganondorf, which apparently he killed in the other game. So, well, let's find out. I am so hyped to see if they make that connection. I'm so excited to see if I'm right. That would be crazy. What a theory right there. In Breath of the Wild 2, guys, we can definitely expect for Ganon to have finally been revived fully, and we're going to have a big showdown with him at long last in Breath of the Wild's universe, and it's going to be great. Of course, we also have the flying castle with possible magic implications here. The castle is elevated into the air, like quite literally the air in the sky, a flying castle. And guys, just bringing back the Gerudo symbol that the guy was wearing, Yuga, my theory is Yuga, he may have become, or start wearing that to become a servant of Ganondorf at this point in the timeline. It's very possible, and I mean, I hope so, because dude, if I'm right, that is gonna be so cool. I'm gonna look forward to that story a lot. I'm going to keep it short for that, guys. Let's drop a sub if you did enjoy that and you want to see more of this footage, gameplay, and content for this game. I am going to be covering it in November because luckily Crown Tundra comes out on the 22nd of October. We're going to get that covered and we're going to be able to have some time and space to do Hyrule Warriors and get ready for Breath of the Wild 2 next year. I'm hyped. I'm excited. It's great. It's a good time to be alive. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all around in the next video. Till then, bye.